Hello and welcome to the Titus Timeout podcast. I'm Jenny Abney-Civy, and this week we had a major update in the Titus eBooks app. So I'm going to take a minute to walk us through the app and show you what's new and how the app works. So you can see all the different books in the app. Each book is called a story. We're going to start with the first book about Titus. As you can see, I've actually reinstalled this on my iPad, so none of the books have been downloaded yet. So the first time you install the app, you'll have to download the books. So the first time you open a story, like the About Titus story, it's going to download that. And then after that, it'll only go out and check for updates. So I've actually sped this up so that it'll go a little faster on my hotel wireless service. But how fast it downloads will depend on which book you download and what your internet service is like. So once it opens, most of the stories work just like a book. You just flip the pages to look through it. Here's a little video on how to use the eBooks app. You can watch our corporate commercial. And you can even take a virtual tour of the Titus Comfort Zone, our lab facility. Tapping on the screens brings up the menu. Over here on the far right, you see the dots and the lines, and this shows you the table of contents. Clicking on any of these entries in the table of contents will take you to that page. Up here at the top, you can actually scroll through the different pages in the book as well. Clicking this button on the far left gets you back to the home screen. All of the Titus Timeout podcasts are also in the Titus eBooks app. So every time they get posted to YouTube, they also show up in the app. So you can see, you can flip over by year to 2014, and you can see the podcast from this year. You have to be connected to YouTube because these are links to YouTube, but you click on it and it'll run the podcast for you. Let's close that out. And then over here, on the next page, you can see the 2013 podcast. Now tapping on the screen again brings up the menu. You can see the table of contents, which just shows the years. Some of the stories in the apps can be zoomed in. You can zoom in and zoom out because they're actual text and not, say, PDFs or images. Another cool thing is you can see the search button. It brings up the thumbnails, and above it you can search. So I typed in VAV, and you can see in orange here or yellow here, it's highlighted the places where the word VAV is in a podcast. So say you wanted to search for podcasts on VAV boxes, you could type that in here and find it. Now let's click this and go back to the home screen. Next I'll show you the engineering guidelines. We'll look at the GRD guidelines. Again, we have to download them. The engineering guidelines in the Titus eBooks app allow you to have multimedia versions of our engineering guidelines in our catalog. It allows us to put videos and other explanations in it so that you don't have to read about a chart. You can actually just watch a video and learn about it. So again, they have to be downloaded, but next time I come to this book, it'll only look for updates. Okay, so now this is the engineering guidelines for GRDs. You flip through again just like a book. All the functionality is the same with the menu at the bottom and the thumbnails at top. I'll flip through it quickly to find some of the videos and other features to show you. So here's the first one in it. This is the table showing throw versus characteristic length and ADPI. So instead of reading the description about it, you just click on the video and you watch the video that describes how to use the table. And you'll also see some text highlighted like characteristic length down here. And you can click on that and it gives you the description of it. There are also some smoke videos embedded in here, so let's scroll to one of those. Okay, so here it is. You can see we describe the different throw patterns as circular or cross flow pattern. You can click on circular and get a video that shows you our Omni circular pattern in a smoke test. And then clicking on cross flow, you can see the TDC in the same smoke test. And so you can visually see the difference between a circular and a cross flow air pattern. And because this is text, you can again click the menu and go to the search field and type up in here, say linear, and it'll show you how many times it appears on each page, and then you can pick a page and look at that page for your word, for the word you search for. You can see it right there. Okay, let's go back to the home screen now. So one of the best parts of the update is that we've added all of the Titus catalog sections into the eBooks app. So let's look at the specialized grills section here. So the catalog sections scroll a little differently than the rest of it. You scroll down through the catalog section, like in this case we're the overview, and it's 2 pages long. If you look in the top left, you'll see it says 1 of 2 or 2 of 2. And then when you go to the next section, which is typically another model, then you'll see there are several pages in that section that you can scroll up and down through. And then to get to the next model, you would flip over. Now in some cases our models are very similar. Maybe our 300 and 350 grills, the 300 and 301 aluminum and steel and all that will be one section that you scroll down through, and then go to say the 350 grills, you would scroll over like a book. So you scroll down within models and left and right to go from one model to the next. So you can see that here I've been scrolling up and down and through the models. You can also zoom into some of the pages, say to get a better look at catalog data. Let's scroll to a couple more models. So you can see how as we flip the pages like a book, it goes from one model group to another. And then as you scroll down, you get all the details on that model. Or you can tap on the menu to bring up the table of contents and just go to the model you want. So now you can see all of the sections of the Titus catalog inside our Titus eBooks app. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thanks for taking a time out with us.